Today on the channel, WWE Mattel Elite Legends Series 11 Target exclusive, unboxed with special rankings at the end. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Mattel Legends Series 11 Target exclusive unboxing and review. And today, we're taking a look at Big John Studd, an 80s staple, and one that stole my heart when I was a little kid as Big John Studd. My first really big Studd memory was probably throwing the money around with Andre the Giant at WrestleMania, but also his Royal Rumble win. I was a big fan of Big John Studd, especially about when he was the guest referee between Jake the Snake and Andre. That was the prime John Studd era for me, at least. But I know there's a lot of people that go back to his, Mid-Atlantic NWA days and stuff like that, and then his earlier stuff, his tag team with King Kong Bundy. John Studd, a little bit forgotten in this day and age. Hopefully this figure maybe brings a little bit to light about him. I know he does get knocked a lot throughout the years about being not the best performer, but you guys know me, I love big characters, and I loved him as a little kid as well. And we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews out there. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll compare it to the last Big John Studd Mattel Elite figure, and we'll see where it goes from there. So let's take a look at the packaging first. Very cool packaging. We know it. We love it. Nod to the past Legend packaging, but updated. I hope this line continues and continues. You guys know me. I love Legends figures no matter which way I get them. I love the modern stuff too, but obviously Legends are my wheelhouse. That's the ones that get me the most excited because it brings me back to my childhood. Nothing against a Dominic Mysterio, for example. I'm all for him getting an Elite figure, but if I had to choose and I could only buy one, I'm buying a Big John Studd over a Dominic Mysterio every single day of the week. I know there's younger collectors out there that would not do that. They don't know who Big John Studd is, and hopefully I can help educate some of you guys out there. But if not, I totally get it. You like what you like, and that's what it is. Or you can just buy it all like I do. There you go. But Big John Studd in the packaging there. Beautiful glamour shot of Studd in his beautiful robe. WWE Legends logo, Big John Studd down below. You got the figure, of course, extra set of hands, a robe with Big John Studd. I think they've learned their lesson not to put the robes on the figures. We've had a lot of staining, and that's not just Mattel. AEW's had staining, tons. Jax has, tons of companies have had staining over the years. It's a serious thing out there. So, True Effects, of course. We'll take a look and compare the head scans on these two figures. His other Elite, there's Big John Studd. I believe his name, what was it? John Mitten or Mitton or something like that. I believe that was his real name, if my mental Rolodex is correct. WWE Legends logo down below. Elite logo down below here on this glamour shot. Warnings on the bottom. I'm not even going to show you because you don't care. Nobody cares about those warnings. There's the back. Big picture of Big John Studd right there. Nice glamour shot of him. Cool artwork. And then we got, of course, the blurb to the side. We'll read that. You got Macho Man, Big John Studd, Scott Hall, Bam Bam, the rest of Series 11 down below. We're unboxing them all on the channel, so make sure you subscribe, hit the old notification bell, all that kind of fun stuff. Let's see what it says about our old pal, Big John Studd. At 6'10" and over 360 pounds, Big John Studd was one of the true giants of his era. Though he spent much of his first tenure in WWE, or F, as a member of the hated Heenan family and challenging Andre the Giant in numerous battles of the big man, the WWE Universe was on his side when he returned after a 2-year absence. The newfound respect and adoration from the crowd provided him with the momentum to win the second ever Royal Rumble, achieving one of the crowning moments of his enormous career. I remember watching that Rumble as a kid, and I was very surprised he won. I don't know, I can't remember off the top of my head who I thought was going to win, but I didn't think John Studd was going to be the winner of that one. Maybe you did. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Let's open up old Big John Studd. He's big, he's John, and he's a stud. Legends background, very cool. See you later. Thanks for playing. Alright, I don't see any issues here. Looking good. Plastic prison. We all know about the plastic prison. There he is. 2 extra sets of hands here. Looks like 2 gripping hands. Oh, we got 2 fisted hands on him. You guys know I love a good fisted hand. And I haven't had to talk about fisted hands until we started opening up AEW figures, and we don't get any fisted hands with our AEW figures. They don't break the rules in AEW, I guess. See you later. Goodbye. I just think wrestlers should always have at least 1 fisted hand. It just makes sense to me, especially for the kids that are playing. Will you not think about the kids? You got to think about them. Does John Studd fit on a ringside collectible stand? I'm sure he does. They always do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he might not. I might have just jinxed it. Okay, the right foot fits. My left foot on here, the hole is a little small. It's like they didn't get all the plastic out of there, so that is interesting. But he does fit like we knew he would. Taking a look, he is Big John Studd. He's got chest hair painted on him, very much like Scott Hall. And then you got his patented red boots and white tights. Stars on the side. Very good. I don't see any paint application issues. You know, I'm staring at the True Effects a little bit. The True Effects is very hit and miss. I don't know. Big John Studd looks like a sleepy truck driver. I don't know why truck driver, but he looks like a sleepy truck driver. Like you'd have an old school 80s truck driver driving like Optimus Prime. You guys think of it like in a movie or something with like a denim baseball cap is what he looks like, drinking a cup of coffee or something. I don't know if I like the beard. It's like I get what they're going for with the effect. It's like they're trying to get the brown and blonde kind of the mix there, but it almost looks unpainted and unfinished. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. We'll compare it to the other one here shortly, but I will make note of that there. But no paint imperfections, none of that problems going on. Put him back on the stand. Like I said, oh, we got this. See you later. Get out of here. We got the 2 extra hands, of course. I think I'm leaving him with fisted hands. I think that's the way to go. Big John, he's a big fisted guy. He's not messing around. And now we got a cool robe with him here. Do we got anything on this robe? For some reason, I thought there was some kind of detailing on the robe, but it's just basically plain red and white robe. Not too much different than the robes he has in the past, but I think he always had something on the, like Big John Studd or some kind of stars or something. Oh, there it is. Jeez. There it is. Well, that makes sense. Kyle, open up the robe. I was going to say, he had that Big John Studd logo on the side here, so it does have that. I just missed it. It wasn't folded correctly, so my bad right there. But yeah, I like this robe. This is the nice point of difference between making people that had that old Mattel Elite pick this one up. You know, there's people that only want one or the other. A lot of people will pick this up because of the addition to the robe we did not get with the original one. Might as well break out that John Studd while we had him right here. Big John Studd from the Mattel Bobby Heenan, the Heenan family 4-pack that we got back in the day. A deep, deep clearance item if you guys were collecting back then at Target. Not the greatest seller in the world, but I do miss those Target 4-packs. I would love to get back to the day of getting some of those. It's a great way to get some extra characters out of there. That WCW 4-pack was the one where I think jumped the shark a little bit and really killed the line off. But I would love to see more of that. Let's compare these two a little bit. How about? I think it's basically the same thing. You know, getting the most out of your molds. It seems to be basically the exact same mold, same everything. Yeah, even the stars are the same color. Everything is the same. Except the head. That's where things change. The chest hair is a little different too, and I gotta say I like the original chest hair a little bit better. It's more natural looking, where this is, I don't know, just a little bit, it's just missing a little something on the new one as far as chest hair goes. But you know what else? Now you're looking at the head scans, and this is where it comes down to what kind of a person are you? Do you like the True Effects, or do you like the old school head sculpts? You know, there's different camps. I float between the two, but I personally, looking at these two side by side, I got to go with the 4-pack Mattel Heenan family one. I think that head sculpt looks better than the True Effects one. The beard is much fuller, looks more like I think of John Studd, where this one looks just like we're missing some paint applications in the beard a little bit. And then the eyes, that's where True Effects can lose you or win you over. The eyes look a little bit sleepy. Like I said, it just, something's a little bit amiss with this new one. It's still a good figure, especially if you don't have a Big John Studd. I think it's a great idea to put him with this robe as an extra selling point, of course. And for the glamour shots, I'll probably put the robe on the old one to see if there's really any difference. There's really not going to be any difference, but we can take a picture of it at least, can't we? But yeah, I'm going to give the Duke to the old one. I'm sure some people won't agree with that. Some people will think the other way. It's whatever you like. No matter what, I think you should have at least one Big John Studd represented in your figure collection. Royal Rumble winner, big feud with Andre the Giant, part of the Heenan family, tag team with King Kong Bundy. I would love to see a Legends King Kong Bundy re-released as well. I think there's some of those guys from 10 years ago that it's time to get them back out there. And a lot of people don't have a King Kong Bundy, for example. It's time to get them one. Give us Akeem. Give us... who else was back? Rick the Model Martel would be another one. And they can update, do some color changes to that Martel. I would love a new Martel. So there's a lot of old legends, but you know, Mattel, they're going to make everybody we want. They would love to make those guys, I guarantee it, but I'm sure there's behind the scenes stuff we're not privy to that is not allowing them to make those, at least for the current time frame. But hopefully, I'm sure they're working. They'd love to have Rick Martel, King Kong Bundy, Akeem, One Man Gang, some of those older classic guys that we've never got or haven't gotten in a long time, get them back out in the line. And that's what they did with this Big John stud. So they got to be commended for that, if you ask me. But not probably going to be my favorite in Series 11, but definitely worthy of figure. You can't have all slam dunk guys in every single one. You got to flush it out with some of these B-level, C-level wrestlers, and not that Big John Stud's necessarily B or C, it depends how you view him, but definitely not in the Macho, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Rock, Austin classifications. But still an important part of the WWE, WWF history. Great to get another figure of him out there in figure form. So there it is, Legends 11, Big John Stud. Hey everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Mattel Legends unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we've got Scott Hall from the Target exclusive Mattel Legends Series 11 line. And Scott Hall, no stranger to the Mattel Elite line, be it as Scott Hall or, of course, Razor Ramon. And we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll do a little comparison job to a previous Scott Hall, and we'll see where it goes from there. But let's look at the packaging first. There it is. Scott Hall looking only like he can look. Last Call Scott Hall is what this kind of reminds me of. And it also, maybe this could double as Scott Hall when he went to ECW briefly. I know, very forgotten, very rare instance there. I think maybe one appearance, two appearances, something like that. But I believe he kind of had this look going on when he was with ECW. Somebody can fact check that if they would like. But I like the looks of this one a little bit, especially with the two sweet hands, the thumb hands, of course. I'm going to have to bust out my Razor Ramon figure, put those thumb hands. We'll do a little glamour shot of that in the video, of course. But the packaging, we know the packaging. We love it. We got Scott Hall down below. We got the NWO logo over the WWE Legends with spray paint. I think that's a nice touch for all of us that remember the NWO in their dastardly ways back in the day. We got the NWO shirt in there. Scott Hall, of course, the extra hands we talked about. True Effects, same spray paint job up top there. And then, of course, Series 11. On the side, you got a little glamour shot of Scott Hall right there. Elite logo down below. Same thing on the other side. You got the Legends logo down here. Up top, nothing too special. Yeah, nothing too special. And then warnings on the bottom. Nobody cares about warnings. And then the back, we got that big blurb. That's going to be a mouthful. I'll read that whole thing. You got the NWO logo up top once again. Series 11, glamour shot of Scott Hall. And then the rest of the group down below. Macho Man, Big John Stud, Scott Hall, and Bam Bigelow. We'll be unboxing all of those on the channel, as you guys know. Let's see what it says about our boy Scott Hall. Titles: WCW United States Champion, WCW Tag Team Champion, WCW Television Champion. Gosh, I don't remember the TV title, but I'm sure he had it for sure. Who did he beat for that TV title? Hey, yo, it's survey time. Are you here for WCW? Put the mic out there. Or are you here for the NWO? Oh, we'll never forget that. Survey says, one more for the good guys. When Scott Hall first stepped foot in WCW, he made an instant impact, declaring, "You know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here." But WCW fans would soon find out. As the first member of the New World Order and one half of the Outsiders, Scott Hall set the stage for the legendary Monday Night Wars. Whether he took care of business by himself or with his partner Kevin Nash, Scott Hall's impact on the industry was just too sweet. There you go. There it is. Nice copyright there. I like that a lot. Empowering the next generation through play, of course, on the packaging here. Without further ado, let's bust them out of the package. Let's see what all the fuss is about. WWE Legends logo in the back there. Very cool. See you later. All right. Let's soak it in a little bit. Soak in old Scott Hall. Interesting. Plastic prison right there. There it is. Like I said, you got the extra hands, NWO shirt. We also got a microphone there. That's pretty cool. We always like to get extra accessories. The more accessories, the better, if you ask me. Let's pop these hands out. We got two sweet hands. We got gripping hands. We got two thumbed hands, which is a bit of a make good on the Razor Ramon Legends figure from a few series back. We were hoping we'd get the thumbs. We didn't get it. I kind of feel like Mattel listened to that and they gave us the thumbs here as a little extra. I'd have to think that was the case, but we'll see. Pull that out. See you later. Get out of here. See you later. Oh, off the screen. Got the Soft Goods NWO shirt. Always appreciate Soft Goods shirts, of course. Black and red NWO. Perfect. We love it. With Scott Hall, we'll definitely do some glamour shots with that on. You guys know how we do. So like I said, we do got the 2 thumbs up hands. Got to put these on that old school Razor Ramon. That was definitely missing in that Legends line, and now we got them here. We can use them and plug and play and all that fun stuff. So put those over to the side. And then on his hands, he's got a gripping hand and a 2 sweet hand. We got extras here, depending if you want to change those around. Now, the only thing, my only gripe here, and you guys know where I'm going, you know I think every wrestler should have at least 1 fisted hand come with them, but I think there's enough hands out there you could use for Scott Hall. I can't remember that Razor Ramon off the top of my head, but I'm sure he came with fisted hands, so if you move these thumbs up hands, you could probably switch them with, the fisted hands from him. You could do a little trade, a little swap between your figures, so there you go. But I'll definitely probably use the 2 sweet hands on this one, I think. I guess we'll play with it. We'll see which one we like better. We do have this WCW microphone here, which, great idea on paper. We'll call it great idea on paper, but I know this is one big miss. You can see it in the package there, but it is a WWE microphone. It says WWE logo, but they just slapped the WCW one over the top. I understand that tooling budgets and stuff like that, but maybe it would have been better just to leave the microphone at home or just leave it WWE. I don't know if anybody would have griped too bad. I guess it's halfway there. It's about a 50%. It's okay. And really, you can't see it from a distance. It's when you look up close is where you see the WWE. So, I don't know. That doesn't really grind my gears as much as probably some collectors out there, but it is what it is. Scott Hall, straighten him up here a little bit. We got the black and red Scott Hall. Black and red, one of those paint jobs much like white and black or black and yellow. Very hard to get correct. Looks pretty good here. I don't see any really bad paint splatter going on anywhere. It actually looks pretty solid. They got his chest hair painted on. No real chest hair on this one like Shawn Michaels. So we got chest hair. You got Hall on the front. There's a little smudge on the Hall over here. Not terrible, but still a smudge. On the back, he's got Wolfpack. Why does he got the umlauts on the wolf, on the O? Very Motorhead-esque. I'm sure it was Motorhead-inspired. I'm sure it was. Motorhead basically invented the umlauts as far as I'm concerned. That's at least when I first knew about him and heard about him and stuff like that. He does come with his Tupac-esque bandana. I'm sure that just pulls off. Yes, very similar to some sunglasses we've seen in the past. They just plug in. It's not all the way around. It really is amazing how Scott Hall's face looks totally different when you take the headband off it. It almost looks like a different character. Very interesting. It plugs and plays right back in there. Definitely, you got to display him with that on there. His face with the True Effects is good. You know it's Scott Hall. You know it's Scott Hall when you look at it. You say, oh, who is this? Oh, it's Scott Hall. You can figure that out, but it's very softened. I mean, it almost looks like photoshopped, kind of. You know, where a picture is softened. That's how it looks compared to the old sculpting days. But it's still very solid. Sometimes the True Effects isn't that great. Pretty good here. I know some people, I think, have complained about this. I've seen some posts on social media saying they didn't like it. But I think it's one of those ones that looks a lot better in hand. Sometimes pictures don't do justice. Sometimes they do over justice for stuff. This one looks pretty solid. Once again, we got the 2 sweet hands on here. You can choose your own adventure. Put it in your left hand, right hand, whatever hand you want Scott Hall to sweeten everybody with. We can't wait till the next series. We get Kevin Nash, of course. We can kind of pair these guys together, get the Outsiders and the Legends line. Always good to get teams, even if, I mean, they did have singles runs, but a lot of people view them as the Outsiders, the tag team there. So we do like that a little bit. But I like this figure. I got no qualms about it, no gripes on this one. Very solid, and I think it's an interesting time where we're so used to our legends being the Hulk Hogans, King Kong Bundys, Macho Mans, more of the 80s generation. We're now getting into the 90s as part of the legends. It's almost like that classic rock station when you're a kid, you know, it's all the Beach Boys and stuff. It's playing the oldies, you know, from the 60s, and your parents are like, these aren't the oldies, these are when I was a kid and stuff like that. Well, it's kind of like you and me, if you're in my age bracket, you hear in the oldies channel, they're playing songs from the 90s, early 2000s, you're like, oh my gosh, that was, you know, my high school era, my junior high era, that seems weird, that can't be classic. And it kind of feels that way with some of these figures we're getting in the Legends line. I have no complaints about it, I'm fine getting them, I don't care if you put it in the Elite line, the Legends line, Ringside line, I'm just happy to get figures, you guys know me, but, you know, we are to the time that WCW especially is very classic. I mean, over 20 years ago is this Scott Hall. It just seems absolutely crazy, but so is time. So is time. How about another Scott Hall we've had in the past, of course? Outsider Scott Hall. This one's all right. Just kind of a different incarnation, different era. It looks like we got a lot of reuse here, though. A lot more than I assumed. So definitely, you know what they say, get the most out of your molds, save your budget. I mean, we're pretty much a lot of the same figure going on here. I think we got a little different. No, I think it is pretty much the exact same figure, even down, yeah, pretty much even down to the knee pads. And then, of course, different paint jobs and stuff, different heads, but getting the reuse out of Scott Hall, but that does not bother me one bit. I think you should get the most out of your molds, and then, especially if it's Scott Hall, it should be the same mold. It's the same guy, so I don't hate that at all. But I do think they save some money on tooling and stuff here, and that's what you got to do. You got to be smart. You got to, make that whole set. Series 11 has to work financially together. You got one, you budget for the set, and you can maybe spend a little less on a Scott Hall, for example, and spend a little bit more on the Macho Man, for example. So there's always going to be that, but you got two different versions of Scott Hall, red and black. This is more Last Call Party Scott Hall is where he looks like to me, where this is more of the official Better Time Scott Hall, maybe. That could be just me, but you guys tell me in the comments your thoughts on that. But very solid. I like the extra microphone, even though there's a little controversy with the microphone, I would say. And then, of course, anytime we get soft goods, you got to love that. I can see people buying these Scott Halls, especially if they come on to clearance, like John Cena or Bobby Heenan. I don't think we'll have that, but if it did, I could see people buying a lot of these just to, army build these shirts, give them for their Kevin Nash figure, maybe their X-Pac, some of the other Wolfpack members, use it for some customization, stuff like that. So definitely a lot of value here in the soft good NWO shirt. So there it is, Scott Hall Mattel Legends Series 11, the Target exclusive. Today on the channel, big figure, tattoos, check. Bam Bam Bigelow, Mattel Legends Elite Series 11. Everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel as we continue unboxing Legends Series 11 Mattel Elite Target exclusive, and today we're taking a look at one of my all-time favorite big men, that is Bam Bam Bigelow. Now, Bam Bam Bigelow, my first memories of him, probably like a lot of you guys, more of a good guy in the early WWF. It's funny, he was a really young dude back then. I figured, since I'm a little kid, he's an old guy, but no, he was much younger than we thought. But he stole my heart at an early age. Bright, colorful costume, doing cartwheels of all things. Big wrestler, big figure, bald, tattoo. Man, sign me up all day long. Just add some face paint to him and he might have been my favorite wrestler of all time. I don't know about that, but I loved Bam Bam then. But then, lost track of him, left WWE, went WCW here and there. We knew he was around, but he didn't seem to wrestle consistently, at least. Then he went to Japan, had some success. But where he really got into my heart pretty deep, and probably a lot of you guys as well, ECW. He came into ECW and was just an absolute murderer. I remember being just totally shocked and amazed when he threw Spike Dudley outside of the ring into the crowd, watching that live on pay-per-view. Just amazing. I really felt took his career to the next level. Member of the Triple Threat, of course, with Shane Douglas. Absolutely loved Bam Bam Bigelow in ECW. His feuds with Taz, RVD. There's so many great memories. And when I think of Bam Bam, that's what I think. And that's what I hold near and dear to my heart is his time in ECW. Then we know he did, of course, go to WCW later in his career, to mixed success. I mean, he had some big matches. His feuds with Goldberg and stuff. He did the right thing, I'm sure, for his career. Less physical, more money, I gotta imagine. And it really ended his career for the most part in WCW. I remember there was that story, I think he came into an orphanage and saved a bunch of kids from a fire too one time. So, quite the renaissance man, Bam Bam Bigelow. But I'm just happy to get a new Bam Bam Bigelow figure in the Mattel Elite lineup. It's been a while since we've got Bam Bam. We got two Bam Bams prior. Of course, we'll compare those and talk about those, and we'll try to choose a favorite if it's possible. It's like choosing between your kids. But you guys knew I would love Bam Bam Bigelow, and you're right, I do. And we're going to do this review like we do all of our other reviews. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it, and we'll see where it goes from there. So let's take a look at the packaging first. True effects right there. You got Bam Bam holding up the ECW TV title. I believe first time in the line for the ECW TV title, so that is always a plus, always fun. Glamour shot of Bigelow right there. Scott Bigelow, I believe was his real name, if I remember right, in the old metal Rolodex. I got the WWE Legends logo right there, Bam Bam Bigelow. Of course, the Elite logo, Series 11. There's a little bit of paint on the plastic, so I'm hoping I don't have any scuffs or any issues with the paint job on this one, but I can see a little bit of paint that bled off, so that's always a little dangerous, but this was the only Bam Bam on my shelf. I turned the corner and bam, there's one Bam Bam Bigelow, the only legend in the store. Lucky for me, I needed it, so I'm very happy to have him through the door. There he is, Bam Bam looking only like he can look. Mean mugging right there, just talk about guy looking like a mean wrestler. You define wrestler, that's what it is. You know, goatee, bald head, tattoos. I mean, this is a guy, he's either a wrestler or a biker. That's what people would assume, and he played the character to a T. Absolutely loved Bam Bam. Always good as a bad guy. I remember, like I said, I remember first seeing him as a good guy in WWF as a kid. That just, I loved it, of course, and, you know, a kid, you like the good guys even more when you're a kid, but a guy like him should never be a good guy. He just fits the mold of what a bad guy should be to me. There he is on the back. Big glamour shot, WWE logo. We got the rest of the lineup down below with Scott Hall, Big John Studd, and of course Macho Man. Macho Man being the chase in this set. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You'll get these reviews on my channel here shortly, so make sure you're checking those out. Making sure you're subscribed. Elite logo at the top. We got a big blurb for Bam Bam, as there should be, and we're going to read that blurb right now. Let's see what it says. Titles: ECW Champion, ECW TV Champion, WCW Tag Team Champion. I also remember, what is he, part of the Jersey Triad? Wasn't that with DDP and Canyon, I believe? I would love a Canyon figure. I'd love a Mortis figure one of these days as well. Sign me up all day long for Mortis. That hits me right where I want my figure game. Hopefully one day. The Triple Threat dominated ECW during its top years in the late 1990s, in no small part to its big man, Bam Bam Bigelow. Known for being a ruthless brawler as well as an agile giant, Bigelow's most infamous moment in the Land of Extreme took place at the Living Dangerously pay-per-view. His opponent Taz locked in his dangerous submission finisher, the Taz Mission. In a desperate attempt to get Taz off his back, Bam Bam fell backwards, violently crashing through the mat. Bigelow had just enough energy to climb out of the broken ring, drag out his opponent, and cover him to become the new ECW TV champion. That was a big moment. That was a big deal. I remember watching that live on pay-per-view as well. But to me, like I said, I always go back to that Spike Dudley moment where he chucked Spike Dudley out of the ring into the audience. Just the audience wasn't ready for that. I mean, it was just crazy, wild. Anything went back in ECW. And, you know, we're all jaded now in 2021. We've seen it all in wrestling. But back then, whew, if you could only have been there. If you could only have been there. Maybe you were. Hopefully you were. But there it is. Let's take a look at it. Taz, another one. They mentioned Taz on the back here. Man, Taz got to be one of the most underrepresented figures of all time. I mean, there's definitely guys that have had less figures. Taz has had a lot of bad figures over the years. Let's call a spade a spade. Jack's Classic was probably his best, but too tall. Had some issues with that one. I would love AEW to step up and give us a Taz. Maybe that will happen in that Luminary set. We are getting Sting in that. It would be great to get a wrestler version of Taz, the perfect Taz. Oh man, sign me up all day long. But let's get Bam Bam out of the package here. See what all the fuss is about, as I might say. Legends logo right there. See you later. Whoa. All right, how about a little plastic prison job? Luckily, the paint seems to be okay. So I'm happy about that. So there he is, old Bam Bam, holding up the TV title. Just climbing out of that hole with Taz, of course. We got two open hands, which I might use the open hands on this Bam Bam. Looking at my other Bam Bams in front of me, each one has a fist going. So I might go no fist with this Bam Bam. We'll see. We'll see what happens. No twist ties on here. That's saving the environment. You know, no twist ties. None needed. There it is. See you later. Get out of here. Let me look at this TV title. Now, I'm terrible with titles. I know a lot of people can really get down to the minute details of title belts and say, oh, this isn't right, this isn't correct. I've never been one that is like really stared at title belts for total memory and understanding. So there could be something off with this, but to me it looks like the world television title from ECW. I don't know if it's the right era, that kind of stuff. I know the title belts, but I'm not an expert of knowing every intricacy of a title belt, but I do like this one. I'm happy whenever we get new title belts. We're getting ECW tag team titles with that upcoming Ringside Collectibles exclusive Mick Foley, so I think that is pretty neat as well. All right, Bam Bam, let me straighten him up. And we got a few little black smudges going on here. We got a few little paint scrapes here and there. All in all, not terrible. I'm getting them all straightened out here, looking good. Like I said, we got two extra sets of fisted hands and open hands, so we always like to get those. Now he's got BB on the front, and I believe, and once again, maybe it's just not me off the top of my head. I'm sure if I had a picture here, but just not memory for understanding, but he's got the BB here in his chest. But I think I remember when this was announced, they asked, could this get fixed because they were backwards? Is that right? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it looks okay. The million mile staring, you're going to say, oh, yes, Bam Bam Bigelow. Actually, I can look right here. We'll get out the comparison right now. Okay, I know what they're saying here. I think it's flipped. that bottom part should be at the top in his chest. I think that's it. This is the older one. This would be correct. This is the original Legends Bam Bam Bigelow. And then might as well, since we're doing the comparisons early, guys, and we'll get out the Then, Now, Forever Walmart exclusive. So we got the Walmart exclusive best Bam Bam Bigelow, and we got the Target exclusive Bam Bam Bigelow. We got to be fair to all retailers out there. And I think when most people do think of Bam Bam Bigelow, they probably think of this outfit. This is much more the ECW, WCW Bam Bam Bigelow, where this is more, I don't know, I guess both of these are kind of original Bam Bam Bigelows, but I think I see what they're saying here. I think this should be flipped around. So that is the mistake on the new one. Doesn't look like that was fixed. Maybe it will be fixed down the line. That could be a variant for some of those people out there that collect those variants. How about the head sculpts here? Let's do some comparison. Totally different head here. I like this one. This is mean old Bam Bam. Same thing. They're all different head sculpts. So that's pretty good. You know what this kind of looks... This head scan looks a lot like Luke Gallows is who this looks like in the face. It looks like a widened out, a little bit bigger Luke Gallows when you look at it. Beautiful tattoo work on top of the head. I got one little smudge you can kind of see. A little different than this one. I think the original Legends one, this one has the most vibrant of the tattoos on the head, but this one's still pretty good. I got the red flames on the bottom of the shoes, the boots. I do like that a whole lot. There's definitely a lot to like about this, and especially Bam Bam's a guy. We've only got 3 elites over the years of him. We haven't got a ton of figures. This Bam Bam, very, very solid. I could see a lot of people wanting this one because maybe they've missed these two over the years. And like we always say, there's been so many new collectors, especially with COVID hitting. That was a emphasis. That was a start of new collectors entering the realm of wrestling figures and a lot of different collections out there. So there's a lot of people that didn't go back and get old Bam Bams. This is going to be their first time with a Bam Bam Bigelow figure, and I don't think you can do much wrong with this. Yes, I think that will annoy some hardcore people out there on his chest, but it doesn't bother me that much. You guys can be different. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about that. But for what I'm looking for a Bam Bam Bigelow, I'm okay with this. This would be a perfect one to display on my ECW shelf, which is right there. Got RVD, the Dudleys, Tommy Dreamer, Terry Funk, all the favorites over there. And I think I'll put Bam Bam maybe over in that spot. I'm actually thinking about doing a little rearrange here. It's about time. I got some open detals. It's time to move some stuff, clear out some stuff. You know how it works. So one of these days you'll have an update. You'll see a new video and you'll say, oh, Kyle changed his background. Yes, I did. One of these days. I don't know when I'll find the time, but be on the lookout. So there it is, Bam Bam Bigelow, a solid one and a must-have if you ask me in Legends Series 11. Today on the channel, Mattel Legends Series 11, Macho Man Regular and Chase Edition. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Mattel Legends Elite Series 11 unboxing and review, and of course these are the Target exclusive. Be on the lookout at your Targets right now, as these are just starting to hit the stores. Also be on the lookout, there's some Target stores that have end caps of the Legends, so be on the lookout for that as well. You might not see them in the normal pegs, but if you walk around a little bit of the toy section, you might get lucky and find a display, and a few of my stores are going that way as well, so be on the lookout there. And like I said, these are just hitting, and the quantities seem to be pretty decent on these. And the Target app, of course, I should mention that. You can't pull these off the Target app. You just got to refresh and play the game, is what they might say. But we're going to take a look at both of the Macho Mans today, as Macho Man is the Chase variant, Chase in Series 11. We got that one right here. We'll unbox that one second, but we're going to start with the regular version first, and we're going to do it like we do all the reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We'll talk about it. We'll compare it to the prior Macho Man. I want to say Series 5 Legends. I might be off, but I was thinking Series 5. We'll see which one we like better. But let's take a look at the packaging first. There's the Macho Man. Soft goods Macho Man shirt. We got extra hands. We got some new hands in here. Always love that. True Effects logo, of course. Got Macho Man logo right down here. Randy Savage, WWE logo. Series 11 at the top. Elite logo as well. I don't know. And I don't know about this head sculpt on here. These Macho Man head sculpts sometimes I just don't know. I don't know. He looks like a Muppet to me. I don't know what a Muppet looks like, but when I think of a Muppet, that looks like Macho Man. A little bit in the face there. It's like there's not enough space between where his glasses and his mouth goes. I don't know. I've just always kind of see that. My first impressions on most Macho Man figures, but we'll see. We'll see what we think. There he is, looking only like he can look at the side. Elite logo down at the bottom. Same one over here with the WWE Legends logo at the bottom. And then the back, we got the big blurb. You guys know we got to read that blurb. Got Macho Man looking only like he can look. Macho Man at the top, Elite logo, Series 11. We got the rest of the lineup down below. We got the Macho Man, Big John Studd, Scott Hall, Bam Bigelow. Of course, we're unboxing every single one on the channel, so make sure you subscribe, hit the old notification bell. And then at the end of the week, we'll put all these together and we'll do a rankings video at the very end, so be prepared for that, of course. All right, let's take a look and let's see what it says about the old Macho Man here. Titles: WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion, WCW World Heavyweight Champion. Macho Man made history at WrestleMania 3 with his legendary Intercontinental Championship match against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, long considered to be one of the greatest matches in WrestleMania history. Though he was not victorious, Savage was quick to remind the WWE Universe that nothing means nothing, because even though he claimed the cards were stacked against him, he's the cream of the crop, and the cream always rises to the top. Ooh, yeah. So that is one of the neat things here. He comes with the little creamer, the little hand gesture and all that. I know that really excites a lot of people. It's a pretty cool pack-in, a little bit something different, especially if somebody has the old Legends one. There's a little bit of extra meat on the bone here for everybody. I don't know if I need two cream of the crops between these two. And I believe, somebody can fact check me, I believe when he did that promo, this was actually the outfit he wore during that promo. I'm fairly certain that is correct. So it's really good we got that represented here for sure. And this is really a deep cut Macho Man uniform. So I can see a lot of people really wanting this chase compared to some of the other chases out there, like a Greg Valentine, for example. So there you go. All right. I don't see any paint imperfections. Don't see any problems here. Like I said, the face just always gives me a little bit of a step back. There's always something just a little off with Macho Man. And I could be just crazy. That could be just me. I don't know. But it just feels like his head needs to be just a little longer. Just a little bit longer. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments if I'm crazy. Let's get this Macho Man open. Maybe. Let me get the tape. I forgot to cut it. There it is. There it is. Legends logo in the back, of course, like we've seen with all the other ones. See you later. Get out of here. Little plastic prison action. Macho Man looking only like he can look. Very bright, vibrant yellow and pink here. Orange bandana, of course, as well. Purple shirt. Gotta love that. Let's get him out. Let's pull everything out. Now we got extra hands. Macho Man, no fisted hands here, which is interesting. Macho needs a fist. He needs at least one fist. You guys know how I do it. I always want a fist. See you later. Got this one. See you later. Bam, right off the screen. Soft goods Macho Man shirt. Definitely different than the prior Macho Man shirt. Very, very light material. A little cut off. I mean, some fancy edges to this one. But it's definitely different. It's not reused from the old Macho Man Legends figure, and I'll pull that one out right here. This is definitely a more soft good, but it seems like these older Legends soft goods, it's almost like the fabric's starting to wear away. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it just feels like maybe the fabric wasn't as good as now, or I don't know what it is, but there's definitely some differences there. Put these sunglasses back on Macho here. Gotta make him back how he looks right out of the package. There it is. Yeah, I think it's reused here. So now let's see. Here's the Macho Man Series 5. I believe it's Series 5. Somebody can quote me if I'm wrong on that. But very similar, but very different. So we got much more vibrant yellow compared to the boots and knee pads to the old one. He's got the orange trunks where we got the pink trunks this time. Headband seems to be the same, except a little bit more vibrant color. The purple writing on this one. Glasses seem to be the same. I tell you what, I think I like the old head sculpt better. I told you I had some issues with this one. I'm going to pull the face off. I just think it's... Whoa, I'm throwing stuff around. I think it's the glasses. It's just Macho Man needs a bigger head. It seems weird to say, but I think that's what it needs. Can I get these glasses? These glasses not come off him? Yeah, I'm not going to mess with it. It's going to take me forever. Maybe. Oh, come on. Will I get these glasses? There we go. Oh my gosh, I forgot I got a little smudge of paint on his nose on this one. So that really takes away from this one. He's got the smudge on his nose. I forgot all about that. It's been years since I've had these glasses off. I gotta be honest, I think I like the old head sculpt better instead of the True Effects. True Effects, not doing it for me with this Macho Man. It does look better without the glasses. So I think either the glasses are a hair too big or the head's a hair too small for working together. That's my final verdict there, and that's where I'm sticking to. Does the cream of the crop come out of his hand? It does not. I thought it was removable, but it's probably a good thing it is not removable, because this thing would be lost so easy. I could see me knocking it on the table, losing it in the carpet. It's gone forever. So I do like that they kept it in the hand, molded into the hand. I think that does work. If you don't want it in there, he's got extra hands you could put towards it. So I do like that idea a lot. Kudos for Mattel, because I think if you take that step back, it really should be molded in. If it's that small of a piece, that's the way it needs to go for sure. Let me put Macho back together here. We definitely got bigger sunglasses on this old one. But yeah, I have to put sunglasses on this one. He's got that paint on his nose that really takes away from that figure. I totally forgot about that. I don't know. And I think the point of difference between these Macho Man, you got to have a point of difference a little bit. So we'll see which way I'm going to go. But pretty solid. I like that this is more vibrant. I thought this was going to be more of a straight re-release, which it was not. I mean, there is definitely some straight re-release stuff going on here, but we get different coloring across the board. We get a different hand. You get a different shirt. All these different Macho Man inspired hands are great. So there is definitely meat on the bone, as we always say, that makes you need to pick up this Macho Man, even if you have the prior release. And then you go with the True Effects, which is a totally different face technique. So there's a lot of point of differences here. So there you go. So that's the regular Macho Man. Let's take a look at the cream of the crop Macho Man. Don't need to really look at much. The packaging is the exact same. It's just what's inside. The coloring is different there. So you can see on the front. But everything else is the same. So let's just get down to it. Let's open him up. Let's see what all the fuss is about here. There it is. Macho coming out. Like I said, everything's the same. Legends logo, all that fun stuff. See you later. A little plastic prison for the Chase Macho Man. If you guys saw my figure hunt, I actually just walked in the store. There's 2 Macho Man on the pegs, and it was 2 Chases. And this is the Chase that had the glasses on his face. The other one, the glasses fell off. I've actually seen a few posts out there of people finding this Macho Man with the glasses off his head. So if you're an inbox collector, you definitely want one with the glasses on, I would assume. Or you're an absolute crazy person and you want one of each because, oh, maybe they're supposed to be off. I don't think so, but anyways. So same hands, same t-shirt with this one. Pull him out here, maybe. Come on, Macho. Come on, Mach. Be a man, Mach. Jeez, this one was in really tight. I'm going to stick this one here. Maybe. Get Macho. Straighten him up here a little bit. Now, what is different, you ask? What is different with this Macho Man? He's got the cream of the crop hand still, but where the difference is realize here is you got the wrist tape is different. So you got white wrist tape over here, you got yellow on one, you got kind of a purplish white one on this one, and then of course you got the yellow down below with the knee pads and boots, which are the same, but the trunks are different. We got pink trunks over here, yellow trunks here, both saying Macho Man on the back. And then the headband is different. This is more of an Easter-themed headband, I guess. And like we said earlier, I believe this is the outfit he wore when he did the famous Cream of the Crop promo. So it's represented in figure form here. I got to figure out how to display these. As my chases, I like to do them differently. They're not going to look the same. I'm only going to have one holding the Cream of the Crop, and I guess it makes most sense to this one have the creamer in his hand. So that's the way I'm going to go there. I might leave the shirt off of this one, possibly, and put the shirt on this one. Maybe the glasses on one, glasses off of the other one, different hands, like I said. You got to mix them up a little bit to make them seem like a totally different figure. And that's always what I try to do with some of these figures that are chases. Like Greg Valentine, you know, he had yellow and black trunks. That was the only difference. So what do? I display one with the robe on, one with the robe off with different hands. Just little things like that at least seems more palatable to my collection. You guys tell me what you do in the comments below if you have them, or do you display them the exact same way? Maybe you do it that way as well. But I don't know. I do like that original Macho Man Legends a lot. I think I like that head sculpt a little bit better. Unfortunately for me, I got paint application problem on that, which I forgot about. I burned it out of my memory because I forgot about it. So there you go. But I don't know. I'll figure it out. You guys will see my collection tour one day once I figure it out which way I want to go with these. But solid. I got to think Macho Man's going to be the most popular of the set. You know what I always say? Macho Man, Hogan, Warrior. Those are the big three. Those are the ones that go across so many generations of collectors and fan bases. People like my dad that's not a huge wrestling fan. He never was a really huge wrestling fan. But a Macho Man like this, he would just pick up on a whim just for his display. And there's a lot of people like that. There's collectors like me that have been collecting since the 80s that want Macho Man. I got nothing against Shawn Michaels, The Rock, Stone Cold, but when I give my dad's example out there, he's not picking those guys up. Those don't hit for him. And some younger collectors will, but I just think the Machos, the Warriors, and the Hogans, they go across so many years of fan bases out there. They're just naturally going to be the ones that are the favorite to most people because they've affected the most people over time. Give it 10 more years, then you're going to be able to slide maybe The Rock and Stone Cold into some of those conversations as well. It's just the way nostalgia goes sometimes, I guess. But very solid Macho Man figures. Happy to get Macho Man in the line anytime. There's still more Macho Mans to get. We know the ring just got back with announcer Macho Man. Give us Bonesaw Macho Man. Give us TNA Macho Man. Give us Young Wild Man Macho Man from when he was in the Independence in Memphis and stuff like that. There's a lot of Macho Mans we can still get. So I'm hoping we get some more Macho Mans. And heck, I'll take some more Miss Elizabeths too. Give us some 2-packs. Give us stuff like that. But Macho Man, like I always say, one of the big three out there. You can't go wrong, and retailers definitely can't go wrong. They see an opportunity to get a Macho Man exclusive. Target signing up all day. Walmart signing up all day. Ringside Collectibles, they're signing up all day. So you always got to take that into account as well. So there it is. Macho Man Randy Savage, Series 11, the Target exclusive, regular edition, and chase version. All right, the time is now. It's time to rank WWE Legends Series 11, the Target exclusive, from our favorite to our least favorite, or I should say my favorite to my least favorite. In the comments below, you give me your order. I will say about this set, I knew who was going to be in last place after I did all my reviews, but I tell you, 1, 2, and 3, very close together. Very hard to choose between them. Just very interesting. And we've been seeing a lot of that with the Elite lineups for me when I'm trying to rank them. There's a lot of close ties. Number 1 and number 4 on any given day could really move around. That goes to say we're getting really good figures right now. I think long-winded version. We're getting a lot of good figures. Be it the figures choice, the figure selection, the applications, the paint, the face scans, true effects, all that fun stuff. So truly is, I've been saying it a lot on the channel lately, but a golden time to be a figure collector. And not just Mattel, we're talking a lot of other lines as well. But number 1 for me was tough. I had to sit and think about it. But as I thought about it and as I looked at the figures, it was pretty clear for me. And number 1, I'm going Last Call Scott Hall as number 1. My favorite of the series. Never in a million years would I have guessed he would have been my favorite. But there's reasons for this. And this Scott Hall, there's great stuff. You got the headband, which is a point of difference. You got the microphone. Yeah, WCW, that is a little bit of a minus on this one. But you get so many extra hands, and like I said, the soft goods. You can really turn this Scott Hall into so many different versions. A little bit more serious. You can have Last Call Scott Hall. You can have Outsiders. I mean, there's ways to go. So just the different hands with this Scott Hall makes him into multiple different figures almost. It's just crazy. So I like this Scott Hall a lot, and I never in a million years would have guessed he would be in the top 1 or 2 of this set going into things. But just those hands, it's just amazing how much hands can make a difference on a total figure. I did take the thumbs hands. I put them on my Razor Ramon Legends from a while back at Target. Really awesome here. And then I took the Scott Hall walk hands, the ooh hands, put them on Scott Hall. So it's just more combinations between Razor, Scott Hall. Just a lot to like about this one, and having a lot of fun posing this one, having a lot of fun moving the hands around and stuff like that. So Scott Hall, number 1 for me. Now number 2 and 3, ask me tomorrow, it might change, but number 2 right now, I'm going the Macho Man, and I don't know how you want to count this chase. I guess it would be number 2 and number 3, or just straight number 2, however you dictate these things. Now, I have some issues with this Macho Man. I have issues with the rest of the line a little bit. But this Macho Man is very strong. I do like the soft goods. I like the idea of the chase with the cream of the crop. That's a new accessory, even though it is molded into the hand. The Easter coloring on this one. A moment in time figure. So the chase is pretty special. And I think they did a very smart job here, knowing Macho Man's popular, getting an extra Macho Man out there, but giving us a chase of an iconic promo, I guess you would call it at this point. I think that works out pretty good. So I did like that, but I like the throwback to the old Macho Man. For people that missed that one back in the day, now they got another opportunity to get a classic Macho Man. I do have my only gripe with this one, and I talked about it in the review. I feel either the glasses need to be smaller or the head needs to be just a hair longer. Maybe that's just me. You guys can tell me different in the comments. Maybe it looks perfect to you, but I do like this one. I'm not sure how I feel about the soft goods. This is very light material soft goods, but it does work compared to almost the more real clothes edition from the previous Legends Macho Man. But all in all, with the extra hands, a lot like Scott Hall, the extra hands make this one have so much personality. You can't help but like this one. So I do really like this Macho Man, and I'm putting him at number 2 and 3, or 2, depending how you look at it. Now we're down to the final 2. We're down to Big John Studd and Bam Bam Bigelow. And it wasn't very close for me here. I'm kind of surprised. I'm going Bam Bam Bigelow. Part of that is my ECW love of Bam Bam Bigelow. I love that we got a new title belt. That is always fun. I don't know. I do like this WCW, ECW inspired Bam Bam, but not a ton of meat on the bone compared to the other 2 Bam Bams we got previously in the Elite lineup. But you could say that same thing about Macho Mans. We've gotten so many Macho Mans over the years. But just Bam Bam, just, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with this figure. I like the extra hands here. I'm going to use these 2 open hands because it is a point of difference from my other 2. I don't know. Give me a Spike Dudley in the set. It might change things. If I have him throwing Spike Dudley with this pose going on, I think that would be pretty solid. But Bam Bam's still a solid pickup. I definitely recommend him. Tattoos, big figure, that's usually top of the list for me. So a little bit crazy here. A lot of you guys probably viewed him that I think he'd be number 1, but still a very solid figure. And you asked me in a couple of days, him and Macho might switch places. Who knows? That's how close this is right here. But I did know going to the last, no picking on Big John Studd. I did know he was going to be last, just unboxing him, and I could just feel the winds going in that direction. I do love this soft goods robe with him. That is the crown jewel of his figure here. But outside of that robe, you basically have the same exact figure we got in the, once again, another Target exclusive pack, the Heenan family pack. It's basically the same figure with a different head. The hair is the same, a little different coloring there, but I truly did like the previous Big John Studd figure better than this one. I thought the regular head sculpt was better than the True Effects in Big John Studd's case. It seems like there's some paint missing in the beard to me. A solid figure, especially you guys that don't have Big John Studd. I would definitely get this. There's definitely a spot for him in my collection. I'll use this one as face Big John Studd. I'll use the other one without robe in the Heenan family. But not a ton of meat on the bone here. It's basically a re-release with a new robe and a new head. But once again, a big figure, a way to get a character out there that maybe people missed in the past that they can get. And given the hardcores like myself and some of you guys out there that collect everything, now you got a robe to go with that Big John Studd, and you can move it back between the 2 figures. But, you know, I guess he didn't have a ton of different things. You could have maybe changed the stars or the boots. You can go back to the Jakks Deluxe Classic days. I think that was more of an NWA Crockett Big John Studd. If I'm, it almost looks like Michael P.S. Hayes. And in our Jakks videos, we'll get to that set one of these days. But maybe they could have went a totally different gear from Big John Studd. I don't know how well it would sell. I almost wonder at this point, you know, the Heenan family seems to be cursed in this Legends line with Orndorff, Heenan, Big John Studd. I gotta think he might be the peg warmer. If that is a thing, there's not always peg warmers out there. We're seeing product for the most part moving at a pretty good clip out there. But I feel he's probably the least desirable. He's probably the least well known between hardcore collectors and, you know, some of the newer collectors out there and, you know, the Attitude Era and above. Maybe they don't remember Big John Studd. Maybe they don't care about Big John Studd. But they definitely know Macho Man. They definitely know Scott Hall. And Bam Bam Bigelow with those ECW ties. You know, everybody knows him. So really a lot to like about this set. Like I said, I think you'll be able to find these fairly easy at your Target stores. I do see end caps going up in certain areas, so be prepared for that if you're on the hunt. But a very solid Legends set. Some of the funnest sets we get are Legends. You guys know I grew up with a lot of the Legends. I'm sure a lot of you guys that watch these videos do as well. I love the new stuff as well, but there's something special to me about the Legends line, and I hope they keep continuing. But you guys in the comments below, you guys put your order here. Let me know who's number 1, who's number 4 or 5, depending how you look at it. But you give me your order on this Legends line with your thoughts. And did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? I guess I got it right for me, and that's the way it goes. And you guys put yours down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got videos every single day, including every WWE Elite figure. We're unboxing them all here on the channel. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram, and of course, Pro Wrestling Tees. Get your own Kyle Peterson t-shirt. Be the most fashionable guy or gal in your neighborhood and support the channel. So there it is for Legends Series 11. I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.